Section 1.4, straight lines, which I have a problem with the topic, the way it's worded. It should just say lines, because all lines are straight in mathematics. If it's not straight, it's a curve, which is not necessarily a line. Anyway, that aside, please note that we also skip section 1.3. It's just an introduction to Cartesian coordinates, which is assumed that you know quite well. Straight lines also should be a topic that you know quite well, so this is going to be a very quick and high-speed review. If you need further help, please read the book or go get help from the Math Learning Center. First review topic, slope m is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or you might have also seen this as change in y over change in x. So this is slope of a line. To find the equation of a line, you may have seen one of two methods, y equals mx plus b, where b and m is the slope, b is the y-intercept, and so this is called the slope-intercept form. This is used a lot in algebra, but it's really not the best way to find the equation of a line, especially for calculus. The second way that you may have learned, maybe you haven't, but look it up, it's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is my favorite way, and this is how I'll be doing most of the rest of the videos where we need equations of lines. This is called the point slope form. It's convenient and easy, especially when we get into calculus. What you want to notice here is that m is still the slope, where you have the subscripts x1 comma y1 that represents a fixed point. Now be sure to not put the subscripts up above, then they become superscripts, which are exponent notation. So leave the subscripts down below. So this x, the 2 shouldn't be up there. That would make it an x squared. A couple other facts. Slopes, slope of a line, if m is positive, that is m is greater than 0, then the line will rises from left to right, so it goes that way. It's increasing, in other words. If the slope is negative, if m is less than 0, the line falls from left to right, so it's decreasing. If the slope is 0, the line is horizontal, flat line, not much of no steepness. The line is horizontal, and just like the horizon, it's that way, horizontal line. If the slope is undefined, and this is possible when the denominator is 0, and divide by 0, you get an undefined value, then the line is kind of hard to walk on. It's a vertical line. A couple other facts for the section to know about is if two lines are parallel lines. So if you have a line that has a slope m1, another line that has slope m2, the two lines are parallel, then the slopes are equal. That makes sense. The steepness is the same. The rise over run is the same. If two lines are perpendicular, then let's say you have m1, a line going this way, m2, a line going this way, 90 degrees, perpendicular lines. Then the slopes happen to be negative reciprocals of each other. So it's m1 is negative 1 over m2. Or you could have had m2 to be negative 1 over m1. Alright, on to some examples. And these are pretty similar to your homework questions, so be sure to pay good attention so you'll be able to do the homework. What I have on the first page, and you should be able to print this out as well, is some statements, and you have to match them with the graph. Okay, so you have the first statement is the slope of a line is 0, and you look down here, and it's got to be this one. So 1 matches with E. I'm going to write that at the bottom of the page in the answer section right there. The slope of the line is undefined, which would make it a vertical line, and that would be C. So 2C. The slope of the line is positive, which means it's rising, and the y-intercept is positive. B is positive. Rising line, positive y-intercept, touching the y-axis. So 3 goes with A. 4 says the slope of the line is positive, increasing again, but the y-intercept is negative. Positive slope. It crosses the y-axis at a negative value. Great, 4D. Next, 5 says the slope of the line is negative, so it's going that way, and the x-intercept is negative. This line's going downhill, but the x-intercept is positive, so skip that. Oh, this one. That would be 5F. Okay, slope is negative, x-intercept is negative. The slope of the line is negative, so it's decreasing, and the x-intercept is positive. Well, there's only one left, and it fits that, so that would be 6B. Pretty simple. Hope you remember this stuff from algebra. Next page, just a few questions here. Find the equation of a line that passes through this point and has slope 2. To find the equation, you can either use y equals mx plus b, or, big or, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. As I said earlier, you've probably seen this more often than not. I prefer this method. I will do it both ways. So, way 1, the old way. The way you do it is slope is 2, plug in 2 there. So you have, this is x, this is y, plug in negative 4 for y, negative 4 equals 2 times x is 3 plus b. Keep going until you find b. 6 plus b, subtract 6, b is negative 10, and then you write your answer, y equals m to x plus b, which is negative 10. So this is a good way, but not necessarily the fastest way. The second way is basically this is your x1, y1, the fixed point that goes here and here. And slope is 2. So it's y minus negative 4, so it's positive, equals m, which is 2, times x minus x1, that's x minus 3. And for all intents and purposes, this is fine. You can stop right here. This could be your answer. It is the equation. If you type this into WebAssign, you'll get full credit. But is this the same as this first answer? If you want to, you can distribute and combine and check. So distribute the 2, 2x minus 6, subtract 4, y equals 2x minus 6 minus 4 is minus 10, which is the same as this answer. But mind you, you don't need to do all this. You could have stopped right there. A lot faster. Easier too. The next question is asking us to find an equation of a line that passes through these 2 points. So whether you use the first way, the old classic way, or this way, the point slope form, you're going to need slope. So find m first, change in y, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, 7 minus 4, keep the order, 3 minus 2, 7 minus 4 is 3 over 1, so the slope is just 3. If you're using the old way, pick a point, find the b. If you're using the new way, which I highly recommend, and I'm going to do it that way here, I'm going to pick the first point to be x1, y1, y minus 4 equals m, which is 3, times x minus x1 is 2. Done. I can leave it right there. If on the other hand you did it by the old way, you might want to know what the correct answer is. So I'm going to distribute here to give you that answer. 3x minus 6, add 4, so you get y equals 3x minus 2, negative 6 plus 4. Okay, now there's going to be other questions on WebAssign where you'll have to use the parallel line property and the perpendicular line property to be able to find equations of lines. So be sure to try those and look at the videos within the homework set and let me know if you have questions. The last problem here is a quick application problem. We have the relationship between the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit and the temperature in degrees Celsius given by that equation. We need to sketch the line with this equation. So This is like y equals mx plus b. And we need 32 to show up. And then we need to go, that's our y-intercept, and we go 9 units and 5 units. So the scale should account for all that. If you want to use your calculator, you can do that. I need to quickly change some settings here. So I would go and type in 9/5 x plus 32. I'd go to my window. I suppose this is -10 to 10 would be fine to start out. And how about we go from -100 to 100, the scale of 10. Okay, for some reason my axes aren't showing. Let me fix that. There we go. So that's a pretty good graph. I can copy that down. 0, if I push trace I can get a point. That's 32. Let's say 32 is there. I go up 9 units, so and then over 5. Okay, so the line goes kind of like, you can trace a few more values. Type in 1, just a little bit more. Type in 5, 41. So let's say 41, that's there. Okay, so -5 takes me here. It's slowly increasing. On WebAssign, you'll be given a graphing tool. There's a tutorial. Be sure to try and see how it works. What is the slope of this line? Clearly the slope is 9/5. What does it represent? Well, slope is change in y over change in x. Y is Fahrenheit. This is Celsius. So what it's saying is, for every 9-degree increase in Fahrenheit, there's a 5-degree increase in Celsius. So I hope that makes sense. It's change in y over change in x. That's your y, that's your x. What is the f-intercept? F or y-intercept, right here, y-intercept. And the way we write intercepts is always 0, b, which is 32 in this case. And what does it represent? Well, x, when x is 0, x is Celsius, that's Fahrenheit. So when the temperature is 0 degrees in Celsius, it is 32 degrees in Fahrenheit, which you might recall from the winters we have in our area, that 32 degrees